All right, Aquarians. Hi, I'm happy to see you. I wish I could see you. It's so hard. Right to the moons. On December 14th, we have a full moon in Gemini, right? And full moons mean release, and it falls in your 5th house of fun, children, dating, good stuff like that, creativity. But here's the thing, it's a full moon, so we're releasing. So this might be a great time for you to be like, you know, I'm done with all this frivolous dating. I really want to settle down. Creativity, there could be a huge creative release too, like those things that you've been holding inside of you, all these creative ideas, these creative projects, might be a really good time to just be like, and get them down on paper. It'd be a great time for that. The new moon in Capricorn on December 29th falls into your 12th house of the subconscious and dreams. You might find yourself getting delicious dream messages coming to you around the 29th. You might also, this is weird, and just go with me on this, you might have astral visits from past loved ones. That might happen because Mercury retrograde is happening, and I get like grandfather, grandmother energy because December 19th through January 8th, Mercury is in retrograde, but we do tend to see a lot of ghosts in Mercury retrograde. And for you, since this new moon is in your 12th house and you're going to be receiving a lot of subconscious information and things that you should really pay attention to, especially your dreams, but daydreams too, but really those sleeping dreams, you might find yourself coming face to face with some ancestral energy who wants to give you some good advice and good information on how you can sort of come into your own authority. And I know that's a little far out there for people, but hey, it only takes once, and then you'll, trust me, when it happens once, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's real. Fun, right? But yeah, that Mercury retrograde, but that new moon also, like, so what does that mean? So what does that mean with the new moon? Planting those seeds, you know, we want to plant seeds using the information that we're receiving from our subconscious. But the thing of the matter is, a lot of the information you receive, you don't want to start anything new. You might be receiving a lot of creative information also that you can apply to things that are already in progress. The information that you're going to receive should definitely be applied to what's going on right now. It's like when you're doing a project, you know, it's like you don't want to start a new project without finishing one. Oh, cat hair. The most important thing really is just to apply. I mean, you're gonna get some deep messages, to apply them to the projects that are already in progress, to the things that are already in progress. It's like a revision. It's like you might find that you're revising things due to this wealth of like watery psychic information that's coming your way and like hitting your subconscious. And you won't, that's the thing about, it's in the 12th house, okay? Now stay with me for a second. It's in the 12th house, your 12th house. And the 12th house is naturally ruled by Pisces, which is this. It's free form. It's not being able to put things into words, but just feeling. If you know any Pisces in your lives, you'll know they're incredibly sensitive, but also incredibly hard to describe because they're creative and fantastic, and also a little, sometimes emotionally hard to deal with because they can't really solidify things and put them into words. Especially like Aquarians, you guys work, boom. I mean, I have an Aquarius rising, so it's like you see everything. You're like this. Aquarians are like, I got it, wait, I got it, I see this here. You're like the best chess master ever, the Aquarians are. So that's that, but ancestral messages coming to you in your subconscious that you can apply to existing projects and situations, relationships, whatever. But listen, pay attention to yourself because your wisdom will be coming from a higher power. Oh, Aquarius. One more. Okay, we'll do that guy. Flying out, Aquarius. Oh, okay, this is a big month for Aquarians. Wow. Wow. Aquarians. You got 5 cards and I'm loving them. All right, let's start from the beginning. So, we're kind of seeing ourselves as we used to be, and it's like an out-of-body experience, almost like you take a step back and see yourself and you realize you're not that person anymore. So you sort of let it go. You're like, oh, I've outgrown this exoskeleton and I'm ready to hatch. I know that's a little bizarre, but trust me, like, it's one of those things where you're like, it's one of those things where you're like, I'm no longer like that. I no longer necessarily believe those things, and I'm moving forward, and I say, okay, sayonara to my former self, and because this is who I am right now. And it's gonna take a little bit of time. The Hanged Man is all about stasis. He's all about suspended animation. The story of this card is, I believe it's Odin, who needs clarity. This is him. He goes and he ties himself up to the tree and meditates, and I can't remember how many days it was. I'm really bastardizing this, but at the end of his meditation, when he starts to like let go of the way he sees things and starts to kind of see them in a different way, the runes fall from his pocket, and the runes are a divinatory the runes are a divination tool. I can't speak, right? Just like tarot cards, but a very different type. You know, you should Google them. So this is really about you seeing things in a different way, and I think it has to do with seeing yourself in a different way. This is like, this is who I used to be. This is like, and I see things in a different way. This is a shift in perspective. That's what this is. You're hanging out from the tree and you see things differently, and you're like, wow, I'm not who I used to be, and who am I supposed to be? But it's a good thing, because people are going to be like, you've changed. You're so different. You're like, wow. This is the victory card, external victories at that. So people are taking note of the things that you're doing. They're also taking note of the way that you're evolving as a human being. You know, just that, no big deal. And essentially, these changes that you've been making within yourself, they're making you happier. They're bringing you more. This is just joy. This card is just like happy family. It's just joy and peace. That these subtle changes and just your ability to start to see things differently, because not everybody has the ability to like look at a situation for what it is and then consciously say, this doesn't work for me. And that's kind of what this month is about for you. It's about shifting that and like embracing your role, who you are and what you stand for. Other people will notice it. It's going to make you happier, and it's also going to bring forth some brand spanking new ideas, some things you maybe have never thought of before. And again, they're not as new as you think, though, these ideas. They're actually, again, very easily incorporated into the things that are already in progress for you. It's super important to remember that, like, oh, again, you have this brand new idea. It's actually not a brand new idea. It's actually a remixed idea that seems brand new to you, which is very exciting. Just like the Judgment card, just like we were talking, like, of course, you know, when we change, because we all do, that's what we're here to do, evolve and shift. When we change, we don't change bodies. You know, we're the same person, but it's like we've reinvented ourselves. This Mercury retrograde might be about a reinvention of yourself. And others will take note. It's going to make you happier, and it's going to just expand your mind. It's going to shift all of the ideas you had about things that are going on right now. I just see roadblocks moving, which is so exciting. I think it's going to be a really interesting month for you. But the ticket really is about listening to yourself, and understand that some of that chatter that you're hearing coming, that you're like, oh yeah, it's not coming from you. It's coming from whatever you want to call it, your guardian angels, your past loved ones, source, God, whatever you want to call it. But you have an opportunity to just be like, thank you this month, and work with spirit. Yeah, that is so exciting. On to the oracle. Whoa, that flew right out. 2 of them. I'm not surprised. What are we just talking about? Transition, folks. Transition. This flew out of the deck. Isn't that a pretty card? This is telling you not to be afraid to shift. Sometimes it's hard. It is hard because we want to hold on to these, you know, these things we think we are. But it's like an old coat. Like when you're a kid and you're growing up, and as soon as those sleeves get too short and that brisk wind hits your wrists, you know that this coat no longer fits and it's time to get a new one. That's what this is. Like, get a new coat, you know, because, you know, think about it this way too. Coats are something that we wear for outside on top of our clothes all year round. Not all year round. Coats are things that we wear all the time. It doesn't matter what your outfit is on underneath. Listen, I live in New York City. Our coats are, you know, we wear them all the time once it gets cold. So you want to make sure that your coat fits and that you feel good in your coat. Transition into the best version of your coat. The other one you got was playfulness. So also, this is a reminder that this is an exciting time for you. This is a good thing. As you shift and change and start to be like, oh, I don't have to think the way I used to. I don't have to do the things that I used to. Look at it as an exciting, playful experience. And listen, that also, like, that's that fifth house, that full moon on the 14th. I mean, that house rules playfulness, right? So maybe it's time to get a little bit more serious about how we play, you know? Because play is serious work. I think you know that. But it's important to just stay like, a little bit, don't be as, it's not life or death, right? Transition can be really, really fun. All right, Aquarius, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, because then you will get the alert that's like, hey, she posted the videos, and then you don't have to like go to the page and see when they're up. You'll know, it'll go right to your inbox. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at mysticassistant. Have a very happy holiday season, and I love you. Is that too much too soon?